Empirical test for wordhood. So let's look for some test which can tell us whether there is a word or not. Difficult to come up a definition of words, as we have seen in the previous topics that it's really difficult to come up with a definition that can tell us exactly that it is a word and it is not a word. So let's look for some empirical tests. Fixed order of element. The first test is that we have a belief that word has a fixed order. You cannot change the element of the words. They have a fixed order. Unbreakable. Unbreakable is a word. We cannot change the order of its element and make it like breakable or unable break. It will be no words, as we all know it. But the same does not hold for sentence. In sentence, we can change the elements. For example, I see what I eat. So you can bring eat in place of see and see in place of eat and get a sentence. I eat what I see. Similarly, I like what I get. You can exchange like with get and get with like and get the sentence. I get what I like. When we change the order of morphemes within a word, what do we get? An ungrammatical unit, right? Or an ungrammatical word. So we cannot play with the elements within a sentence because within a word because it has a fixed order. However, even in English sentence, we have to follow a certain order of the elements of the sentence. If we change the elements of the sentence becomes incorrect. For example, get like I what I. We have played with the elements, and as a result, we have got an incorrect sentence. So even in sentences, we have to look for a certain order that things have to be placed within a certain order that is correct for an English sentence, but that makes it a well-formed sentence. It is an instance of an ill-formed sentence. Another test, empirical test, is non-separability and integrity. Non-separability, words differ from larger units, such as phrases, in that they cannot be broken up by the insertion of segmental or phrasal material. We cannot put a phrasal material within a sentence, whereas in a phrase we can put extra material whenever we want. For example, if you look at this phrase, a shirt, you can put another word into it and can get a phrase, a white shirt, and still it is a correct English phrase. But same is not true for words because they have this non-separability. They cannot be separated. Integrity, likewise, syntactic processes cannot be applied to pieces of words. So we cannot apply syntactic principles to the pieces of words. For example, possible, it's impossible. You took up the word impossible and broke it and apply the syntactic principle, which made it an incorrect syntactical sentence. So this is not possible for a word to be separated and then use the chunks of the word in different places of a sentence. Which school did you see bus? This is again a meaningless sentence. Why? Because we have separated a word which is school bus. Where school bus, though school is one word and bus is another word, but school bus has become a compound word. It means that even a compound word cannot be broken. So there is this rule of integrity for a compound word, a non-separability for a compound word. Non-separability and integrity diagnostics tell us that compounds like doghouse, greenhouse, and school bus consist of a single word rather than a pair of words. Why? Because they carry single stress. We cannot put two stress on doghouse, greenhouse or school bus. So they are pairs of word, but they behave as a single word. They are compound words. So remember that compound words behave like a single word. Stress is a very important feature. We have just talked about stress, that the stressors of domain is very important for understanding the phonological words. Whether there is a string of sound is a word or not, stress plays a very important role. So the diagnostics given in the preceding section, non-separability and integrity, establish that hot dog, the edible kind, is a compound. Hot dog, burger, as we know, is a compound noun. We cannot deal with these two words separately, and we cannot take them as two words. For example, the hot dogs you are eating is hotter than mine. This is not possible. You cannot make hotter, because hot dog is a single word. It refers to a single entity, a certain type of eatable. You are eating a hotter dog. So this again is not possible. You cannot put it into comparative degree, this hotter dog, right? Otherwise, if the word hot is hotter and hottest is possible. But in this instance, it is the part of a compound word, and as a part of the compound word, we cannot use it in as it is used in a singular word used as hot. Right? So it means that compound words also behave like words, because they cannot be taken separately. All the phonological and syntactic principles are used, applied on them as a single unit. So these are some of the empirical tests with which we can come up with the stretches of sound as words.